Welcome to Las Vegas Trader YouTube channel and a weekly analysis video of the markets. I'm recording this video on Saturday, so we had some news come out. I will talk about that a little bit later, discussing oil and Bitcoin. So let's go to the charts and see what has happened this past week and what we might see this upcoming week. So this is the S&P 500, the daily chart. As you remember, 3 weeks ago, I called for the top. And on NASDAQ, of course, I followed NASDAQ as my primary indicator because technology drives pretty much the markets nowadays. But this bar right here on Thursday got me a little worried. But then Friday, we just erased it. And we're moving higher. So this is the daily. This is the weekly chart. I like the downward direction because it has taken out these two bars, and now we're going probably to the moving average and this support of right around, call it 5,070, 5,050 or so on a weekly chart. The monthly chart, same thing. That's what I like. That's what I like for a target. Here's the NASDAQ. Same thing. So yeah, this bar on Thursday got me really worried that I might be wrong, that we might be going higher, but then we just reversed. Complete 180-degree reversal, and we are going down. Here's the weekly chart. We have not quite broke below this green bar like we did on the S&P 500, but so we might see a harder pullback on NASDAQ on the weekly chart, 17,780 or so on the weekly chart. And the monthly chart, yeah, I would like to see 17,700 or so. But let's go take a look at the Dow Jones. Looks, I mean, we saw this double top here form, and we just came right down. And so on the daily chart, probably going to see a little bounce off of 37,800. Well, depends how hard we drop, but we might break right through. Weekly chart, target would be 37,000. Just call it 37,000. That would be 800-point move. No, that would be 1,200-point move for a week. And on the monthly chart, I mean, this is forming really a really big red bar. So if we come down 37,000, that would be more than 50% retracement. That's the monthly chart. And now Russell 2000. Let's look at the daily chart. So we broke through the resistance. I mean, we'd call it 1-2 bars, and we just came right down. And now we took out this bottoming tail, and we're going to the 200-day moving average, 19,050 or so. On a daily chart, this is the weekly, so 19,050 will be right over here at the 50-day moving average. So I like that. And the monthly chart would be right at the 20-day moving average. So for the week. Okay, so now let's look at the oil. If you're not aware that Iran has um, attacked Israel. So as you remember, I called for bullish market in oil, and so that's exactly what we see here. And so a lot of tension in the Middle East. So I'm depending on Sunday, what happens on Sunday, I would expect the futures market open higher. If it will open up around $93, I would not be surprised, and then we probably pull back down. Depends what the situation is on Sunday. If not, we might just keep going higher. Um, let's take a look at the weekly chart here. Yeah, so this, this small red bar um, just shows to me a pause of upward movement. So $93 would be the tail here. We might try to close this gap um, or just continue up. Um, we'll see what happens on Sunday open. And this is the month. Wait a minute. This is the monthly. Something doesn't look right here. And this is the monthly chart. So $93 will be right over here, and we might be pushing eventually to the 200-day moving average, which would be $120 per barrel. Of course, not in 1 month, but um, that would be my ultimate target here. And this would be, we're going to have resistance right over here and here at around 120 or so. 117, 118, 120. So let's take a look at the gold. As you remember, I called for a nice bullish market, and we had one leg up, pause, or sideways movement to the moving average, and then continuation, leg two. But now we formed a topping tail. We almost reached $2,500, just shy 2450. So I see lower prices coming back down because probably the dollar moved back up. This is the weekly chart. Oh, this is the daily chart. Wait a minute, it's moving too fast here. And this is the weekly chart. So we did form a topping tail. So if we come down roughly to $2,300, and then the moving average will catch up a little bit and possibly continue the upward movement. Let's take a look at the monthly chart. So we broke through. Um, this is the second month up. So we see a pullback to the 2300 and continue up. That would be my prediction here. So let's take a look at the silver. Just like gold, as you remember, I predicted we're gonna hit 30 bucks and 29.90. That's $30 to me. But then again, we formed this topping tail, so I do like lower prices in silver as well. This double top here will probably serve as support. So 27.50 or so would be my target, possibly maybe $27. So $1.20 or so lower from where we are right now. And the weekly chart, pretty much the same thing, like gold. And the monthly. So we start this bar right off the 200-day moving average. So we will see higher prices. for the month and probably the following months as well. So let's go to Bitcoin. Okay, so this is the future side. So we closed at 67,000 on Bitcoin. This is the forex side. So so this is Saturday's bar. So when the news came out about Iran attacking Israel, we just tanked, almost hitting 60,000, 61,000, and then we pulled back because of this support here. But we did form a triple top, as you can see, and I like lower prices on Bitcoin. Here's the weekly chart. We took out this one green bar that we tried to move higher, but we just erased it and moved down. So my target on a weekly chart would be 56,000, or we might just touch 52, the moving average, and bounce back up a little bit. On a monthly chart, that would take us to what about here? I mean, we are overbought on a monthly chart, so as you remember, I did call for a pullback in Bitcoin. So okay, let's move on to the dollar. This is um, very bullish move. The thing is that silver and gold also moved up at the same time, which they usually move in opposite directions. So this is a very unusual, but this is a very powerful move to the upside. And the move started at these moving averages, especially the 200. So we broke above, came back and tested the moving average, and halted the downward movement, and we produced this big bar, big green bar. So and now we got three of them. So this is pretty powerful. And on the weekly chart, as you can see, we failed to make a new low. We moved above the moving averages, pulled back to the moving averages, and then strong green bar off the moving averages, telling us higher prices coming for the dollar. And let's take a look at the monthly chart. As you remember, I said last week, if this 20-day moving average holds and we come down and erase this bottoming tail, we're going lower. But if we close above it, we're going higher. And that's exactly what has happened. So there's resistance at 107. So my short-term target would be 107 and change on the daily and the weekly. So this is the monthly. So we have 2 weeks left in the month. So we're probably going to hit 107 and then slightly maybe pull back. If not, I mean, depending what's going on in the Middle East. I mean, anything is possible. And last but not least, the bond market. As you remember, I showed you that we were in let me draw these lines again here. This channel. So are we going to see a bounce back up? That would be my guess, but depends what happens. Of course, we have a lot of news right now in the Middle East, so let's take a look at the weekly chart. Let's remove these drawings here. So this red bar off of the 50-day moving average was pretty strong. We had 2-day pullback. We did not break above it and close above it, so we moved back down. We are sitting right at 50% retracement from this move up. So what happens this week will tell us what happens the following probably. Same thing on a monthly chart. We saw slightly more, maybe 60%, 66% or so retracement. But we are sitting right at support here, as you can see. 50%, 60% pullback, and depends. But I like the higher prices in bond market. Depends how powerful move up will be, because there is resistance. There is a support on a monthly chart here. So I like higher prices on the bond market. But that's it. That's it for this week. If you like, you can go and rewatch the last week's video and the prior week before that. But so far, it's playing out about 80% what I've called for. So please like the video, share and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to this channel, hit the bell notification icon, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And share with anyone and everyone you think might like and benefit from this content on my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell notification icon, because notifications, you will not see any notifications when my videos are up or when I go live. Once again, thanks for watching. Please comment down below if you have any questions, and we'll see you next week on the next video. Take care.